Hello girls, hello guys. We are back and now I'm going to add content to our topics. Let me open here so you can remember how it was the last time. And I also would like to put some warning here like that we are building this in this series because otherwise people will think this is done and it's far from done. Let me open here. Maybe you can start doing this, right? Now I have 100 subscribers, more than 100. Then I have a good name here, like how to create an app dev. Let's do it first. Then I want to add something. Okay, maybe I can add here. We need to improve this layout. We can do this soon. If you're hearing some noise, my dog's here, and that's the noise that you're hearing. Okay, let's put a href. How to create a map. We are building this website and recording here. Maybe it's better to get the playlist, right? Then people can really go to the exact place here. Okay, let's see. It will be probably pretty bad. Yeah, pretty bad. And Material Y, they have this component called typography. And good about typography that you can choose like I think it's variant is the name here. Like I can put 85, for example. Then I can adjust later in a more easy way. And I don't know if this should be maybe just a text with a button. And maybe this should be a button also from Material UI. I don't know if button supports HR or they have maybe a link component here. No, it's a link icon. Yeah, whatever. I can use a button. Don't do this at home because that is probably, I'm not going to do this. Let me check here. If they have a link component, they probably have it. Oh, I'm not in the component page, am I? Yeah, no. Navigation link. Yeah, they have a link component. I don't know why it was not auto-completing. Let me check the code to see the correct imports. Link. Okay. Then I use a link component here. And I think I saw it was href as well. And then we just close the link here. And we are building this website in recording. And you can watch the process here. Let's see how bad it is. Okay, the idea is not to be good at the moment, okay? The idea is just to provide some understanding for people because maybe people you open this and say, okay, oh, but that's wrong. Like I don't want to learn with this guy because this guy does not know how to code. I think the typography is a spam, and because of that, I'm going to keep the div, but let me confirm. Otherwise, you don't need to have a div there. Yeah, the typography is just 85. Then, okay, we want to have the div. And maybe we should have a title here. I don't know. How to create a map. We are going to style this later, and that's one of the topics that I also want to cover here, but not for now. And I also always want to add some like meta tags. Let me get from Bmark here. That's another project that I have. Yeah. Let me get from here because I also want to use these meta tags. Then it looks good on mobile. Otherwise it will look bad. I don't need this Google Maps tags. I just need maybe these ones. Yeah, this is okay. Then Meteor, it already create an HTML for me that's injected in the first request. Oh, that's okay. That's the right one. Then I can just paste here and it's a little bit better. And how to create a map. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And when you go to mobile view, you'll be like this, because if I remove these lines here, and I go to mobile view, can you see? It should be even worse than that. Yeah, it will be like this. It will be pretty small. But if you add these tags here, it will be like this. It will adapt to your viewport, then it's better. Okay, how to create an app. We are building this website. Maybe you should put yet here, yet, but you can watch the process here. Okay, and click here. Yeah, we don't want people to leave for good, then we maybe should put the target blank. I don't know if this component from material supports target blank, but probably. Let's return, refresh, click. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, and then we have our groups. Then our groups, we already have this. We can have another div here. I'm just adding divs everywhere, and later we are going to style, I promise. Okay, then I have my fragment here. Then I can format. How are we going to call groups? Ideally, should call the same thing. Then what's a bad idea to call groups just to be generic, but like modules. Okay, let's keep this simple for now. And I want to add my content here because I'm going to record some content. I already have a few, like for what is a language and whatever, but I don't think it's good enough. I think I need to re-record it because I was not using this fancy microphone that you can see here. You know, you didn't have a camera, like it was my cell phone or maybe even the Mac. But anyway, that's not a problem for you. And we can also already change this to have a group description. But my groups, they don't have a description yet in the database, but that's not a problem. It's not going to break. And I'm just going to add this node here if I have a description. Then when you add description, we are ready to display some descriptions here. And then we have the topics inside. Okay, let's see how this looks now, because yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah. I will also add a div here because I saw that the last time, as it was not a div, it was kind of side by side and it was bad. Okay, I think we have one for mobile, right? Yeah, we have one for mobile. This is not growing here just because we are not styling anything yet. Okay, but I want to add a video about hot code push or app updates. Then let me go to my load data. And as I did here, I can also do the same here. Like as I want this, I will just add this, how I did it, mobile group ID, app updates topic ID. I'm not going to do this later because we just need to have one and we can populate the database and may have some admin to change it. But for now, it's good enough. Then you can touch our database and everything together. Then I'm going to have my content, collection, insert. The name will be reloader package because I'm going to explain how to use this pack from Quav. And I also need to have my topic ID, probably app updates topic ID. Okay, let's keep this consistent. We also need order, right, for the contents. Then I will go to copy and paste it. Content collection. Okay. But the content, we need to have more, right? There is something that I really like to use that's called enums, like enumerators. We don't have in JavaScript, but we have a package that's called enumify on npm, this one. Or we can even don't use this. I don't know if that's the one. Yeah, not sure. But it's similar to this one, if not this exactly one. But we can also like emulate enum without an enum. Like we can do, let me create this. Oh, I need to move this to the proper place. Let's move this to contents. And then you can create data as we did with the other files. And then I can grab here. And then inside this data, I'm going to add something that will be called the content type enum. But I don't want to write enum everywhere. But the idea here is that I'm going to have content types, right? Then I'm going to export this guy. And what is the benefit of enum? Like if you read from language like Java, like C is a little bit worse than Java because C is just a number. But in Java, an enum is just like a class, a definition of a class that will have just a few instances. And with a few, I don't mean that you just can have one or two or three, but you have a defined group. Then content type is a good example. Like I'm not going to have like a random number of content types. Like people are not going to create new content types all the time. We are probably going to have a link for external resources. We are going to have YouTube. Then I can put a video like this one inside the contents. Then that's kind of the things that we want to have here. And then the enum, you can have props here. Then I can have a label like link for now. I don't know how I'm going to use this yet. YouTube with the proper case. And I usually also like to have like a value here. Then I just repeat the same. If you use an enum library, it's going to do this for you automatically. They usually call name. I can call name here as well. Later, maybe you can replace with a library if it's necessary. And that's it. Then I have my content type. And this is good because now if I go to my schema, I can have my type. And I can have my type as a string, but here I can put allowed values. And I think this is an array. And then I can just get, this is just an object in this case. Then I can get the values of this object and I can get the name. And just the values of this guy are this part, is this part here. And then I have the names. The names are the only part that is valid. Or I can just get the keys. Because if you check here, let me import this. But if you check here, the keys are exactly the same as the name. Okay? Then that's what I have. And then if I try to add a content that's not supported yet, I need to at least fix in this enum. And what is good about enum is that you are going to make decisions here and not decisions all over the place in your code. Like if you want to have some enums that open in a target blank page, like I did in the last link, I can put here like target. And then like this enum will open in a blank. Then I don't need to go all the place that I'm using this content type and try to find where I should apply target blank. Then we can, and you can also have methods here. Here's just an object. Then you can get the link. And maybe I could format the link the YouTube way inside here. You know, you can add these things. And that's what I call imperative code. Is the other way to do it, and this way it's the way that's a declarative code. Then I can avoid a lot of loops, a lot of if and else, because I already know exactly what is this type. I use enums a lot. We're going to have videos just about this, but I think it was a good opportunity to explain this in the real world. Okay, then we have this. I think it's going to be required, and then I'm not going to add optional here because we need to have a type. Otherwise, how I can render like a nice icon that I can also add here, this icon. Then that's the kind of thing that we are looking for. Okay, then let's go back here. Then we have this reloader package. Like just for us to prove this concept first, we can just use content type here, link, and I can just, we need to have like the real content. I don't know what's the best name, but we need to have a place to put our content, right? In this case, our content is going to be just a link. Content seems bad. Value, text, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going with value first. Then value will be our most important information here. And if the type is a link, maybe we have a name, then maybe we have a description, and maybe we have a link, right? I think it would be better. Because in this case, a link, but it will also going to be a link. Maybe the description can be optional. Okay, and the link for now is required because we don't have any types that we don't need the link. Okay, I think this looks good. Then the type will be link, and the link will be the Quave package. That is a new package for a reloader. Let me just make sure this link is correct. Yeah. This is going to be my database, guys. Don't worry about, but you are hardly coding a link that is the content. This is just my database. I'm just initializing some data here. Okay, and I have description, but the description is optional. Learn how to control the update of your app, your native apps, when you have bug fixes and small changes. Okay, then that's a nice description. This is the content, and I think it's going to work when I clean my database. As I said last time, you need to clear the database. Let me see if this import is still wrong. Okay, because I changed the location. It's easier. It's usually better just to delete the import and make the IDE to import again. And you can even use a command from the IDE that's called reorganize imports. That should work as well. Okay, then it's working, but it's not loading anything because my database is already full of data. Oh, and connect to the wrong database. Yeah. Oh, the UI is, you see, the UI of this tool is jumping a little bit. Then I was clicking the right spot, but it was jumping. Okay. Let me open this and I can just write, I can also save this, like remove content and remove groups and remove topics. For the ones that are coming from the SQL word, we don't have the idea of forage key here, then the order is not important because I'm going to remove them all. I can also save here if I want, and I can just like remove all, and I can call this in the group called how to create an app, how to create an app. Yeah, save it. Then the next time I just need to put remove all, and that's it. Okay, this should be empty right now. Yeah, it's empty. Then let's restart. You can just add a line here, and this is going to restart. Oh, it's not going to restart. We have an error. Let's see what this error is telling us. That's not the error, that's the error. Type is required. I think I know what I did wrong. I think I just put the object in the load data here. I have a shortcut. I don't know if you realize, I just closed the files that is not modified. Then I have all my modified files here, but I closed the other ones because I was not modifying it. But the problem here is that I'm adding an object and I should just add the name. That's why it's good to have the name here. It's helpful. Okay. But now I think it's not going to do anything because it failed in the middle of the process. Then it was already some data in my database. Then let's see. Now it should work. Let's check the database. You should have some content here. Yes, we do. Can you see the link? Okay, now we are ready to render our first topic. No, our first content. I don't like the names that I chose here, but you can rename later. That's not a big problem. Okay, we also have this. That is going to be very similar, but I want you to remember that I'm copying paste here because I'm not sure I'm going to keep these components. And I don't think they should be the same, like the group, the other, they should not look the same. They should look very different, actually. Then it's just for us to get moving, because I would like to have some useful data in this website as soon as possible, even if it's ugly, but it's useful. Like you can go there and you can watch the video that you want, and you can improve the experience over time. Then that's why I'm doing this without thinking a little bit, nothing, to be honest, about the UI. Okay, that was in the details section. I will do exactly the same. I don't want to waste your time and my time in this boring copy paste job. I'm also do the same here. And then I will also have topic ID here, and I can send my topic. And of course, that's going to be my contents. Then, okay, this is almost there, but we don't have this file yet. Then I'm going to copy and paste here. And for maybe the ones are thinking, oh, this guy is copying pasting code. This is pretty bad, right? No, that's not pretty bad. Pretty bad when you copy paste code that you don't understand. I built this code. I know what I'm doing. Then it's not pretty bad. Of course, I'm keeping some copies here exactly as they are because they're going to change later. But if I was doing the final code, of course I was extract some code, and we are going to do this later. You can trust me. Okay, you have the top KD here, and you start to see some repetition because you always call the method in the same way. We always filter by one ID. Maybe you can create some helpers later. to optimize our work. But for now, we are going to go just following, even if I'm doing this like in a lazy way, but can you see that I'm trying to follow some standards, like the files are exactly in the same spot, the names are always following the same patterns here, then that's really important. That's even more important, in my opinion, than just, oh, I never copy paste code. I think it's more important to keep this consistent instead of just, oh, I never copy paste code, but you have a lot of components in a very weird way that nobody's understand, then it's worse, in my opinion, of course. No content yet. Okay. I'm doing very simple code here, as you can see, and that's good. Like, I love when the code is simple. Okay, for this case, do we need accordion again? I think I'm just getting addicted to accordions. I'm just using because I'm copy and paste it. Like, okay, let's keep using accordion. They are great. Okay, let's put some links here. Then I can also use the link again. Now I know they exist. I don't know why it's not completely correct here, because I think it's messing up with the, oh, it's here. I think it was my mistake last time, sorry. Then the link is going to be dynamic in this case, right? It's going to come from the topic, from the content. Okay, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I could add like a GitHub. Maybe we have a GitHub icon here. Oh, that's cool. We have the GitHub icon. Really? We do. Yeah, that's great. Then you can have the GitHub icon here and maybe a space. You should do this with CSS. We are going to do later. But this is, that's a good idea, because if I have a GitHub icon, I could have a type that's GitHub, because it will be, I think, common to have a GitHub link here. But let's see how it goes for now. I'm missing this, right? I think you're already thinking, you're missing this. Okay, let me get from here, topics by group. Then I again copy and pasting, because the idea is exactly the same. Don't be afraid to copy paste things. Content methods, okay. The contents by topic. Topic ID, and then contents collection. Remove it, save it, and change it, and ready to go. Let's see. Okay, returning here. I think it's the mobile. I think it's here. Oh, no. Okay, I forgot to import after. Do you remember that I first wrote this code and then later I created a file, and of course the import's not here. Then every time that you see that I press this and I show this little pop-up here, it's because I'm adding stuff automatically from the IDE. Okay. Okay, let's refresh. I don't know why it's not getting back. I have no idea. There's something going on. We can watch in the network tab to try to understand what's happening. But you can also be lazy and just kill this process and start again, because it's pretty fast anyway. Let me see if the support for target is documented here, because I just use it. But it's always good to double check it, because maybe it worked, but it was not supposed to work. The props typographer, you can also take a target. Yeah, I don't see it here, but I think it's just forwarding all the props that I'm passing to the link component. That's why it was working. Can you see this? We are building all the time our legacy bundle, but we are not using the legacy because this browser is modern. We can also add some exclude args options here. Then we don't need to wait for this legacy bundle all the time. I think I can get some errors somewhere, right? Or my machine is really slow. I don't know what's happening. I can't right click here. I know one thing at least that I did wrong is because I didn't import this new method, then let me do it. But I don't know why I don't see any errors there. But the new method is not here. The contents, data, contents. But my machine is weird. I have this emulator running here. I don't know why. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Zoom. I'm not using Zoom. Yeah, I don't know. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Oh, this is the wrong URL. That's the right one. I can't open my DevTools. That's the problem. Then I can't see what's happening. Like Chrome is freezing. But I don't think I did something that bad here that would freeze Chrome. Let me open my DevTool first. What's going on? I never had this problem. It's always when you are recording. There is a service worker here, but I don't have any service worker in my code. I can remove the service worker. Where the service worker is coming from? I can clear the site data. I can refresh. That's very weird. I have no idea. That's another way to clear the site data. DevTools fail to load source map. Maybe this extension that I'm using to click is breaking everything. That's an option, but it never happened before. This is the extension, I believe. Let me remove this extension. It's freezing my tabs all the time. Maybe it was the extension. It's freezing yet. Let me close and open my Chrome again. That was weird. Localhost. Sometimes these extensions, they can break. Oh, it's not even removing. Oh, now it's removing. No, but it's still freezing. Something is still freezing my code. Not my code, my tab. It's on Chrome, the problem. I don't want to just stop this video because that can happen to you as well. Then I would like to understand here recording it, but I also don't want to waste your time. Then it's a hard decision. But something is happening when I go to localhost 3000, that's for sure. Localhost 3000. Go. What's these hooks? Who is loading this? Like, who is this extension? Oh, it's React extension that's breaking. That would be the first time. I used this extension a lot in the past. It was never like this. I think you can disable instead of removing, right? Yeah, I can disable here. I think I need to close Chrome. Can you see that's hanging? It's freezing everything. Localhost 3000. I'm almost giving up because it's not working. Maybe it's my machine that's freezing. Redux. A lot of extensions here. Yeah, Chrome is not freezing. It's something that's happening when I access the local host. Oh, another extension is breaking as well. Maybe my internet's down and then these extensions are breaking because of that. I think this was the extension, right? Can remove this one. Oh, it's loading again. One thing that you can also do, we can record this profile, but that will be a little bit advanced for these videos. But you can always record here, and then you can load a page and you can see exactly what's going on. Slowly, slowly. Let's see if we have something in the profile. Maybe it's our code. I did some crazy things that are in a loop. Even the profile is not loading. Oh my God. What I did here, let me see if I did something very stupid. This is in the server. This is just the change in the header. This is in the server as well, and it's not in the client. This is in the client. This is new. I have this content. Maybe this guy is importing the other guy in a loop. No. Yeah, I have no idea. And even my extension is not loading. I think it's, oh, it's loaded now. Then you can watch here. Not here. So let me close this. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. But it's weird because nothing's happening. Like this is when something is running, but nothing's running. Can you see? Nothing's running. Then it's not something in our code. But I see some weird things like this from Google. I have no idea what is this. But our code's not doing anything. Our code's just doing this small activity here, but for sure it's not our code that's getting the browser crazy. No, but it's also breaking the incognito window. Oh, and sometimes it loads. I'm not getting what's happening. Maybe something in the network is blocking everything. Is my internet working? Let me check a sports website from Brazil. Yeah, it seems that it's working. Let's see if my components working here. Yeah, reloader package and GitHub. Yeah, it's doing what I want to do, but I don't know why it's taking a long time to load the page. I don't know if it's Zoom, I don't know if it's my computer, I don't know what's going on. Oh, now I see. Now I see this. Okay, maybe that's the issue. Oh, I think I know what's happening. It's importing the icons from the wrong place and it's loading all the icons in the word. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not going to happen anymore when you have tree shaking because this library is huge and then the browser is trying to load all the icons. And as we don't have tree shaking yet, then the bundler itself is not shaking these nodes out, but tree shaking is almost ready on Meteor. But here, that's the problem. You can see now that that's the problem. It's the first time that happened to me, but I knew when I see this taking a long time because can you see all these modules? There are probably icons, millions of icons here. Yeah, that was the issue. Okay, that was not the extension. Sorry, extensions. I even removed a few extensions that I use every day. Okay, but you learned something new that you can profile and, oh, I exposed the profile, right? Sorry. But that was the parts that I see, and then I remember about this problem with imports. I saw a lot of module imports there. That was the issue, and then I was able to identify the issue. Okay, learn how to control blah, 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 and you can click here, and you can go to GitHub. And I think we also should use target blank, right? We don't want people leaving our website every time blank. I think I'm ready to wrap up. I don't know how long this video is right now, but it's probably a long video. But I hope you enjoy, and I hope you see like, oh, I had to fix a bug and I could record here and I could reload. And at least that was good as a learning experience, not as developer experience, because I was not developing. I was blocked. But okay, then the idea is not to explain this here, but later we are going to add more data here and more videos about it. Okay, guys, I think that was a good class, a good video. And then we need to start to make this a little bit better, I believe, right? You probably agree. But anyway, then that's it for today. Bye.